everybody, this is Jean Barrett. I'm with Music Shapes. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to take a look at the panpipe today. And if any of you are having our beautiful Creating Music box, then you have all the content you need to make your very own homemade panpipe. So let's get started. First, you're going to need your materials. Now, if you have our pan box or our music box, you will have everything you need. That's going to include all your PVC cut to the sizes that you need. If you do not have our box, then you will need to cut your sizes of your PVC. That's a 1/2 inch inside diameter PVC pipe, and you'll need to cut these. You'll need about 2 feet of pipe to get your 5 pieces. Okay, once you get them cut, you will need 5 discs, about 3/4 inch in diameter, about the size of a penny. And I made these myself. These are just basically made out of chipboard, and I used a penny, outlined, and cut them out into circles. And those are going to be used on the bottom of each one of your tubes. You will also then need some duct tape. You can use black duct tape, of course, and you can use some decorative duct tape. So you'll need about 20 inches of duct tape, and that's all that you're going to need, and some glue, of course. So let's get started. We have 5 tubes that we're going to be using. This is a pentatonic scale that we're going to be making today. So essentially you're first going to want to put all of your discs on the end of your tube. We have done 3 of these already. We have 2 more to do, and we're going to show that to you today. First of all, take your ring, your tube, and put a ring of glue. Don't want them rolling off the table. A ring of glue around that. Take your cardboard disc. Make sure you cover the entire hole. Give it a nice press. The goal here is to seal this hole. There are many ways to do that. We choose to do it with a disc. Some people take actual pennies and use duct tape to put them in place. I find this is much more clean, and it actually will seal the hole so that you get a nice tone. So we want to do that on each one, and we have 1 more to do. Again, just put a nice ring of glue around that PVC tube. And position your center. Give it a nice press. If you have any excess glue, you can certainly wipe that off with your cloth. You don't want to get too messy. Okay. We've already done these 3, so now we have 5 tubes, all of them with their end centers attached. If you're wondering where the panpipe came from, it has been in existence for thousands of years. It is said to be invented by the Greek god Pan, and it was used in the fields to call the goats. Okay, we're going to unwind our tape, which again, this is how the music box contents come. If you do not have the music box, then you will simply roll out about 20 inches of tape and position the rest of your 5 tubes. Okay, we're getting to the end of there. Okay, now we like to use some sort of a tool for aligning your tubes because you want them to be in a nice line when they're all next to each other. So I like to use a straight edge, or you can use a book, or you can use a piece of wood, whatever works, as long as it's fairly straight. You want to make sure you line your tubes up from the longest length to the shortest length. And also make sure your open ends are going to be at the top. There we go. We gotta go this way. Okay. So try to make it as tight as you can to your tool. Okay, the next size here. that one. It is important to have them lined up because when you go to try to play it, you would like them all to be at the same length. Okay. Did I do that one? Okay. The last one is ready to go. We're almost ready with our panpipe. Now we're just going to wrap the tape, keeping them from buckling. You don't want them buckling, you want them smooth. Okay, roll it over. Oops. Our end center came off because the glue wasn't dried. We'll just glue that back on. You want to make sure you'll give it a good time to dry. Okay, so there is your panpipe. Again, you can make this as beautiful as you like. You can decorate it and you can mark the numbers. We're going to let this one dry. This is one that we have made a while back, so it's ready to go and ready to play. Now, here's the numbers of your panpipe PVC tubes, but once you have your panpipe together, it's actually good to know how it relates to music notes that you might play on a piano, for instance. So again, if you remember, we talked about the panpipe design today being pentatonic. That means we have 5 notes. So the 5 notes that we have correlate to do, re, mi, so, la, of a typical musical scheme that most people are familiar with. Your tube numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, I'm going to go this way, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 correlate where your tube 1, which is the longest, is going to be middle C on the piano, and then number 2 is D, number 3 tube is a E. Note, you do not have an F on your scale. It does not belong in the pentatonic scale. So then you jump over to tube number 5, which is a G, and tube number 6, which is A. And that's how you will correlate things to be played on your panpipe. So, shall we give it a try? Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to play for you Mary Had a Little Lamb, and you're welcome to follow here just so you can see how we do it. So essentially, you don't have to read music to be able to play the panpipe. You can just follow along on the tube number. So you can see Mary Had a Little Lamb starts off on tube number 3, which is this one. And you just follow along. So first, let's just play each note by itself. So the way you hold the panpipe is to put the long end is held in your right hand, and then you hold the other side. Now, in the historical sense of a panpipe, some panpipes have up to 18 tubes. You can imagine that it can get quite big. And ours is only 5, so that's a little bit more manageable. And the panpipes in the history can also be up to 4 feet in length. So you can imagine that would be a very low note. Okay, our panpipe, as you can see, is much smaller than that. But it's a very exciting instrument and one that you can do a lot of exploration with as far as size, etc. And in the olden days, thousands of years ago, one way that they would tune the pipes, they could make them all the same height, but then they would tune them differently by having gravel or wax at different heights inside the tube, and then that's how they would tune them to the notes required for the panpiper to play. So I find it quite interesting, and hopefully you will enjoy your panpipe. Okay, so first of all, let's play each note. I'll play that for you starting in tube 1, which is a C. So you can hear the pitch going up, and it's actually pretty accurate. So I'm going to go very slowly here and play Mary Had a Little Lamb for the first line for you, okay? Ready? And then you can finish it off. So we hope that you enjoy it. Have a lot of fun. Thank you again for coming to Music Shapes channel, to our Creating Music channel. And again, if you don't have a music box, it's very simple to go out and get all these materials and make your very own panpipe and have fun with it the same day you make it. So thank you.